Jurgen Tack, hello and welcome to the Forum for the Future of Agriculture, where I know you have been speaking today on nature-based solutions. You were part of that panel. You brought onto the podium an object from Jane Goodall, as I understand.
Indeed.
Who gave us an inspirational talk this morning, of course, the famous anthropologist. Tell us a little bit more about what and why.
Well, let's say the little thing was a little plush chimpanzee. And let's say it played a small role in the movie we saw with Jane Goodall. And so she said, okay, I would like to send the small chimpanzee to Brussels as a small ambassador for biodiversity. And so I took it on stage and we made sure that he was making a point on biodiversity.
And you had a story to tell. You had a bit of a history lesson to give us. But biodiversity is at the heart of a lot of what we talk about at the Forum, where agriculture meets environment. What was your message to the Forum today?
Yeah, well, first of all, I went a little bit back into history. I went 3.3 million years back at the moment that we had the first stone utensils used by hominids. And it's always surprising because it took us 2.8 million years before someone thought about the idea, I have a stick, I have a stone, maybe one can be fixed with the other. And so it took us 2.8 million years to have shafted instruments. It took us another 150,000 years before someone detected that that stone, you could make fire with it. I always say the beginning of our climate problems. And then if we look, it's only 8,000 years ago, so 3.3 million years after those first stone utensils, that someone came, oh, if I'm spitting some seeds in the soil and I come back the year after, there is something growing over here. I have more of the berries that I have eaten before, which was actually the start of agriculture. So just as an indication that let's say, it took us a very long time to come from stone utensils up to the first nature-based solution, which agriculture in the beginning was. But since then, let's say, as well technology as knowledge has improved systematically faster and faster.
You gave us a whole list of nature-based solutions. You said agriculture at its inception was the very first, but we go from regenerative to climate smart to sustainable intensification, and what you need is diversity in these solutions, but you also said to us we need all of these solutions.
Yes. Well, let's say I have the impression that the European Commission today wants to go from the traditional agriculture in one big leap towards what they call organic. Today we have on average in EU member states 5 to 15% of the consumers who are willing to pay something extra for organic food, which is great for the farmers which are delivering organic food. But if we go with one leap to 25%, we will have more organic food on the market than people are willing to buy, or at least willing to pay an extra price for it. Now that makes that we are destroying this market. So why would we do that? And if at the same time we have more than 15 other possible agricultural solutions alongside of organic, well then I would say it's better to have 15 with 5% market share instead of one with 25.
Yeah, you are the scientific director for the European Landowners Organization, the ELO, one of the founding partners of the Forum, and you are quite critical of the EU and the way they move forward on looking at greening the CAP. Yeah. Do you feel that you're being listened to in a forum like this today?
Yes, yes, absolutely. And I do think, let's say, we are at the same time cooperative but critical. We know that there is a biodiversity issue, we know that there is a climate issue, and we know that agriculture is part of the problem. So yes, we want to advance, but what is important is that you put objectives in such a way that you can meet them. If you tell farmers that they have to do things of which they say, I don't even have a clue how to do that, then we are not going to reach those objectives. And so if we are critical, it's, let's say, in a positive way, making sure that, let's say, mistakes which are often made already in the past are not made over again.
And what did you think of what you heard from other experts on the panel today? What resonated with you?
Well, let's say what is clear is that everybody I have heard is ready to act. And we do have the knowledge. We do have the tools and instruments. What we now need is really the willingness to take the step.
And maybe to speed up that willingness and to take that action. What would you prescribe to try and accelerate what we need to know? Because we know that the window of hope, the IPCC tell us this, it's still there, but it's closing fast.
Yeah. I would say open the door to everybody who wants to do something. And don't put rules on, yeah, but this is something we want, this is something we don't want. We will need every contribution there is.
Do you think that was listened to in terms of the sentiment here today?
Well, listen to, yes. Now the question is, will they do something with it?
Okay, we shall wait and see. Maybe we should talk again.
Indeed.
Jurgen, thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of the forum.
You're very much welcome. Goodbye.
Pleasure.